Live chat. Pop out. Okay. Spooky Tuesday. Hello, hello. Welcome, Colorado. Boy, we're trying to get the brain in gear here. Frames missed due to rendering lag. Oh no. What is going on? Do I need to reset my PC or something? Small amount, it's only 1%, but why all of a sudden am I having disk full? I don't understand here. Skip frames due to encoding and frames missed due to rendering. It's the first time I've had any kind of encoding or rendering errors on my stream. Alright, well, we're going to keep an eye on that. And let's try to get into a ride here. Turn my bike on, right? Yeah, I did. Alright, what are we going to do today? Ooh, no yawning allowed. Let's just find one of my favorite routes, and then we'll figure out if we're going to jump into any kind of group. I've been doing a lot of the group rides lately just because it's extra XP. I don't mind having a little extra XP, you know? hate when YouTube changes their platform, their dashboard panels. So now, like, everything that I normally monitor is just nothing is in the same place. It's right here, look. This is a taco. This is for Taco Thursday. Good taco. You know what, Dimitri? Excuse me. I was this close to going outside and doing an IRL live stream. I went and looked over one of the e-bikes. I put the DJI chest mount on, the Pocket 3 camera, had it on, everything, and I'm like, okay, could very easily just get dressed real quick, throw the backpack on. It's nice and warm outside today. It was horrible outside. Good on Mom for dragging you out. You miserable old guy. Holy moly, that's rough. I probably shouldn't show you my beautiful sunny blue skies and how warm it is here. What is the temp here, by the way? Let's see here. Where's my weather button? Oh, there it is. 65 and sunny. And it is sunny. Let me start looking around. We have base camp aerobic something. Don't know if I'm interested in that. Average 1.5 watts per kilo? What? That might be a good kind of ride today. Oh man, it starts. Hey, we might jump in this one. Actually, there's only 21 people on it. Wait a minute. What am I misreading? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't know if I want to do this workout. Yo, I don't know. Let's just jump in. What the? I don't care. I don't care. We'll just kind of fill it out. No promise that I'll do the numbers or anything. It's mostly blue and green, so I can live with that. It's aerobic. It's base camp aerobic endurance, so let's go along with it. I'm gonna pop off really quick though and take care of the little butt lubrication. Certainly use some warm hands and warmed up cream. Erg on. Yeah, but look at it. It's all green and blue. There's no yellow in there. No yellow, no orange, no red. I think we can handle this. It's that time of the year where everybody's all like, base, base, base smiles, base. Hey, it's not the worst, this is the best. This is the best. There's no blue, no green, I'm sorry, no red, no yellow in there. No, what I needed are minutes again. It's not telling me anything about needing chat in TikTok. Just minutes is all it wants. And we got some likes, there we go. There goes that. I always hate that little itchy feeling you get on your head, your forehead when you just start to sweat. Man, I hate. Why did YouTube have to mess around with the interface on the studio? Nothing is in the right place. It's like, why? It was fine the way it was, YouTube. You didn't need to change anything. You didn't help improve it. I used to be able to hold this like right at the bottom so I could see how many concurrent viewers are in the stream, and now it's kind of like one or the other. Am I not in erg mode? What is going on? Is this not an erg workout? There we go. What's going on? It's like it won't hold steady. Ginky, hello. I see you there on YouTube. I am good. We are good today. How about yourself? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. today. This is somewhat true, but I was working all day. I've been working since early morning. Excuse me. What's with all the fluctuated spinning? Just keep it one damn RPM and call it good. That's why I hate structured workouts so much. Do this, do that, do this, do that. She's using all these big words I don't understand. Beat Riz, what's up, man? How you been? Man, your video has been hot lately. Too much racing for me though, man. was a time when I used to not say that, B-Riz. I had to slowly but surely accept the fact that I am done with racing. Tri-tip for dinner. Yeah, you can multi-stream, bro. Multi-stream for sure. As long as your bandwidth is capable, use the correct plugin. OBS encodes it one time and sends it to 2 or 3 places. So I'm actually live streaming on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube right now. You could do that. That was kind of like my go-to for a long time. Is pretty much live stream, Twitch, download, many times just upload, sometimes edit, then upload, you know? It seemed like sometimes, you know, those 45-minute, 60-minute races perform better and views if you edited it down to like 15, 20 minutes of the good spots, you know? Yeah, that's the thing is, how much do you want to do editing? Yeah. That's why it's just best multi-stream, in my opinion. I mean, I've done it all. I've done stream to just one platform, download, edit, upload. Especially the, when I was doing a lot of the outdoor IRL, because those streams would be 2, 3, 4 hours long. So those ones there, I always took the time to edit down to what I remember the key moments during the stream. How old are you, by the way, if I may ask? You seem like, been watching your racing, you got a really good training load. As far as like what I watch is your output. How do I think? I'm going to say you're in your 40s. Possibly your 40s. Early 40s. Could be late 30s, early 40s. It's my kind of guess. My guess. If you're older than that, then are you older? 46? That's still a good, man, that's still a good age. I felt like in my 40s till 50s, up until I turned 54. When I turned 54, that's kind of when things started going downhill for me on a lot of fronts. But at 45, 46, 47, I'm still winning state championships, you know, pulling down podiums. I don't know that we're trying to hang on to what little beast we have left. Every now and then I let the beast out just to hopefully prove that we still got it, but finding out more and more that it's not worth, it's just not worth doing anymore, for me anyways. I get no benefit from it other than asthmatic attacks, hurting for a couple of days, and I have to miss riding for a couple of days. Just don't have the same body. I'm not trying to make excuses. Just the age thing did caught up with me, and it just kind of hit me out of the blue. I know there's people my age that are still going hard, but let's be honest. How many of them are enhanced? Okay? The reason why I say that, B-Riz, is because I am enhanced, if you want to call it. This is another reason why I can't race anymore. Besides the age, the health, I legitimately cannot, even though, as you can see, testosterone is not turning me into a super athlete. It's essentially giving me my life back, is what it's doing. But I could not legitimately race and call it fair if my performance just has to be on par that day. Yeah. So I officially surrendered my license. I will not be doing official events anymore. Yeah, because I tried everything. I tried everything I could to avoid going down that path. Consulted with multiple doctors. The bottom line is when your shit tanks, it tanks. And then it comes down to, there's just so many decisions involved in between. Do you want to be yourself again? Cognitively, emotionally? I mean, I went into some dark places. I had even a couple of years ago when I was actually thinking about the whole thing, I had actually contacted USA Cycling to figure out, what does it take to actually get a TUE? And so they emailed me back with the documentation, the application, everything. And the bottom line is, when you read that book, there's a specific section with like 4 or 5 bullet points that specifically tell you that if you are in any way taking therapy for the traditional means that most men with my issues take it, which are essentially cognitive, emotional, essentially feel good again, they will not authorize a TUE. And that was kind of the deciding factor right there. So I contacted USA Cycling back on the email, let them know, it was more important for me to be able to function as a normal human being again, function at work again, than to feel like I have to have more medals, more podiums, So at least the good thing is, before everything hit, I accomplished my, some major goals, which was to win a state championship in 2019 and to get on the podium 2 times on national events. Yeah, the unfortunate part is that you could talk about like the normal range all day long, but the bottom line is the substance is banned. That's the whole issue. So for me, I am now back in ranges that are considered normal, but I'm on a substance that helps me get back there. But I get what you're saying. Believe me, I could fight it, argue it all day long, and I proved that those people, there's a lot of people that are on it. I am telling you, it genuinely does not turn them into superhuman. It does not. And if anything, my power is down. It's not up. Now granted, I could probably, do I want to commit the time to do what I was doing 4 or 5 years ago and, training stress scores of 800 to 1100 a week and all the training involved? Yeah, I could probably do it, but I don't know. It's just, I just don't have the desire to do it anymore. And believe me, it was a long and hard emotional battle to accept that this is what the right thing was to do, is to no more racing, just enjoy, document it, stream it. A non-binary division? No, there's really not. When you look at the guide, now I still have this thing. Like I said, I contacted USA Cycling because I wanted to be legit and above board on the whole thing. Essentially, the only way you would be authorized a TUE is if you are, I think it's called hypergonadism, or the ability to not produce testosterone, or essentially born without testes. And then there's this very systematic process that the doctor has to go through to demonstrate the need for that patient. It's boy. And the unfortunate part is, I'm not one of those people. I'm just, yeah, it is for everyone. Believe me. And unfortunately, the masters category is plagued with people on TRT. Plagued, I'll say. And the way you usually know is if, what's the company called? Is it NADA? If NADA decides to show up randomly to a bike race and the top half of the masters category starts bailing, there's your answer. I think it was about 7 years ago, I was in a race here locally in New Mexico, and it was just not my day, not my race. Too much hill climbing, I essentially came in last place. I just finished the race, okay? I think it was like 19th place, something like that. Well, then a month later, now keep in mind, Nada, I think it's Nada, showed up to that bike race and was testing all the top podiums. Well, a month later, you get a notice that so-and-so in this race was stricken from the record due to such and such banned substance. So I was still in last place, but I moved up one place. I think I moved from 20th to 19th or something. No problem. I was just talking about how I even experienced that the Masters category is plagued with older men on replacement therapy. Well, I got like 3 streams going on, so I think there's a lot of people listening to me. Yeah, and I don't want to say that, that everybody's not legit. I think there are a lot of people, like when I was your age, believe me, I was a tough cookie. Like I said, I didn't even start exploring TRT till I was 53, I think. 53, 54. Yeah, because I turn 57 next week, right? Yeah. I turn 57 next week. So yeah, it's been about 2 years that I started exploring this. So yeah, not everybody that's 45 is on the substance, but I wouldn't doubt there are a lot that are just not being forthcoming about it, or don't understand the rule about it either. Yeah, like that's especially with Zwift racing. I mean, with Zwift, you know, unless you're doing actual fully sanctioned events where you have to turn in weight videos, power files, even the racing in Zwift is not legit. People are weight doping, you know, and again, you don't know how many people are on the juice. All right, this group here. Yeah. You won all your Zwift races? Yeah, I think, B-Riz, I think, don't you race in a league that they do require power files and weight videos or not? Doesn't ZRL do that now where they require power files and weight videos? do ladder, sometimes TTO, zero. No proof needed, yeah. Those are the leagues that you just can't take serious, you know? Any racing on Zwift that is not going to make you follow the rules, that's why I try not to take it serious. It's just, to me, it's nothing but training, really. I thought ZRL had a league, though, that you have to have a particular trainer, power files, and weight videos. Perhaps even height videos, I think. I know, so before I quit racing, so I did 2 eSport National Cycling Championships, and those, the first year that I did, or the first 2 years, they didn't care what bike you were on. They just wanted your power files, weight video, and height video. Then the third year I was getting ready for it, only particular devices were allowed to do it, which is why I got this watt bike. And then on top of it, you had to do power files, weight, and height videos. Your power files had to be all within a week of the event. They gave you a particular sequence, which is funny. I still have the paper right here. I still have the paper right here from 2023 sitting on my thing. The exact process that you have to follow for your power files. Like you had to do 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 90 seconds, 5 minutes, 12 minutes, all within certain ranges. And then that file had to be submitted to a certain file system. And then within 24 hours, you had to do your weigh-in video and your height video. Shake it like that. Damn, Dimitri. You're flexing over here. That's funny, the paper's still here from 2023 eSport National Championships. And then I got the damn blood clot. 1 month before the event. I got the blood clot 1 month before the event. It's time to throw that paper away. Alright, viewers, thanks for stopping in. Take it easy. I know. I don't really care about the workout. I'm essentially doing the same thing they're doing, just not following the colors. Alright, TikTok, I'm going to shut TikTok down. So I'm starting to get some bandwidth issues. TikTok, we're out of here. We'll see you. Too much coaching for me is another reason why I don't like doing these. I appreciate it, I do. Get into all the neuromuscular it's like, just ride, damn it. No, I was just doing it in hopes that I'm getting extra XP, but I don't know if I am even. I probably should have done something else. What is going on with YouTube today? The stream is crashing. Oh, believe me, I'm way off on watts. I will fix it. I don't know if they're fixing it or not, but it looks like, to me, it looks like the YouTube stream is lagging big time. much longer. 20 minutes? Whose idea was this ride? supposed to go to a holiday party with Sandy's work. Other than that, not really. Probably I'm gonna get my butt out and do some live streaming or take on some chores here. Yeah, that's next Friday, the birthday thing. No Christmas plans. I haven't even decided where to go for my birthday yet. Good grief, why can't I hold 70 RPM? Next time, remind me not to do one of these workouts again. This is dumb. I don't want to spend 70 RPM for 200 watts. I am trying to spin faster. Keep locking me down. Fuck. You know what, Mitch, I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't think about that. How crazy would it be if I told everybody, meet me on the corner of such and such, and it's McDonald's. I legit consider that. Good grief, man. This ride is driving me nuts. I don't normally mind grinding out 70 RPM, but my bike doesn't want to, like, it's not holding. I try to stay in the power range, and the RPM, it just keeps fluctuating. FTP test. Yeah. You know, I sometimes wonder, like, how honest I should be about being on TRT replacement, you know, testosterone, you know, but I'd rather just be upright about it, because, you know, people ask me, like, are you gonna race, you gonna do this race and stuff, and it's like, I really can't. I cannot consciously race a legitimate race. I'm not talking about these Zwift races, but a legitimate race. It's like sanctioned, licensed, prizes on the line. I just can't, I can't do it. So just besides that and the health issues that are still ongoing, by the way. You know, they haven't stopped. Just I'm learning to function and deal with it. Well, it's definitely my own decision, but after consulting with several doctors about it, you know, my primary, and then of course the doctor that's managing the whole thing. No, it's not that easy. Just because the doctor prescribes it doesn't mean there's a waiver. That is absolute myth. Like I said, I contacted USA Cycling when I knew I was going to be exploring because I wanted to know what it was going to take if I in fact started. And like I said before, unless you're just a male born without testes or have complete lack of ability to produce testosterone. And then the doctor, so within that pamphlet, it's like thick. Within that pamphlet are very specific testing procedures that the doctor has to go through that essentially proves that you absolutely need it. So, and most men that are taking it for the reasons they do, they're in the booklet, and there's a very specific clause that excludes you from getting one for the reason most men are on it. So yeah, there is no waiver if it's doctor prescribed. It's a very specific thing that the doctor prescribes it for, is the only TUE. So you cannot take it just because, oh, you're low T. You can't get a TUE for it. TUE mean by therapeutic use exemption is what its TUE is. For me, it was a very easy decision, but challenging at the same time because I really did not want to give up racing, but my health conditions were already dictating that I needed to. So it kind of helped make that decision. WADA, that's what it's called. WADA, but somebody just typed into a WADA violation. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to call it quits right after this. I don't know if we have enough people to raid out today, or if there's even anybody Zwifting. Looks like just 3 fools, including myself. Alright, everybody, I don't know that we even have enough people to raid out. So I might just shut streams down tonight and just say good night, everybody. So everyone, we will see you later. I might be back here tomorrow. Let's see how tomorrow goes. I need to get back to streaming Tarkov, you know that? I don't know why, I just haven't been wanting to stream it. But I've been playing solo a lot lately. I've kind of concluded that game, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun to play with all the guys and everything. But when it's early game and everybody needs everything, and you gotta go in raids with 3 or 4 people, and you got to think about splitting all that loot and like who's going to beat who to what location and get certain items. It's just, I don't know. I said this to the guys the other day. I'm a pretty transparent guy, guys. I don't hold back, And I said to the guys one night, I said, when you think about it in reality, this game, while it has multiplayer aspects, it's really a solo game. And what I meant by that is that, like I gave them an example. I said, look, we were going through this map with 3 of us, and then all of a sudden they heard one of the bosses over in a certain area. So the 2 of them decided they were going to go take that fight where I wanted to stay on the task, I didn't want to risk dying. I don't care about the bosses right now, I care about my task and getting things done. And then when it gets late game, and I'm not being like budget minded, because right now, believe it or not, my AR type guns and stuff, I still have the same guns that were given to me since the beginning of the game, because I've been going around using mostly pistol. So I have not been going through tons and tons of money because I lose a gun or wear out a gun and replace the gun or whatever. It's like pistols are a dime a dozen. And I'm getting just as many kills and boss kills as the rest of them with a pistol. I'm kind of doing both. I'm doing task and the storyline. So I think I'm further ahead on the storyline than almost everyone. I'm probably further in task than almost everyone. I played the other night with them, you know, but again, it just comes down to, like I said, there's fun in the multiplayer aspect, but when it comes down to it, not everybody's on the same page. You know, I'm not one of these that I hear gunfire and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to it. It's XP. It's like, they can, you know, let the gunfire go on. I want to go on, do my thing, you know. If the gunfight is in front of me, in my path to where I need to go, then I will take it. But I'm not going out of my way to take a fight because I hear a boss, you know. The storyline is still going into the same levels. Yes. Yes. It kind of goes, the storyline and the task kind of go hand in hand because there's certain parts of the storyline that you can't do if you're not doing certain tasks. And you need to do certain tasks to like level up your... Where's that coming from? It's like you have to... Oh, I just got a raid. That's what it is. Darn it. Well, welcome everybody. I was literally just getting ready to leave myself. Hey, Flopper Worm, how